versus the Moon Man is a battle for our ages. A thing of legend to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. One barely stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us in Cal City. But did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's Choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Auntie Cleo's Darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacer's Chosen.
I'm Jean Turper-Tyler, 6th base person for the Auntie Cleo's Darlings. I cleaved Spacer's Chosen's goalie at the end of the 56th inning. Win the game. Whenever I see that Moon Man's grinning face, I want to cleave it in. Auntie's Choice! Darling!
We took what nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals. With Auntie's Attention any and all no-getters on my payroll. It's time to recognize the downwardly mobile with my latest demotions report. Starting with Dr. Giles Rasmussen, demoted from his unnamed and clearly unimportant position within experimental operations. Welcome to your new role as Site Sanitation Manager, Doc. Next, we have Reginald Oswald in Proprietary Insight Acquisition, demoted for playing confidential logs in a paid public toilet. Not what I need when I encourage working on the go.
Working hard or hardly working? That's rhetorical.
You look unfortified. Getting enough emulsifiers in your diet?
Hey, mister, any bits to spare? Ever read the Middle Manager Handbook? Really shores up the foundation of your fundamentals.
Like a go-getter? Let's consume lunch sometime.
Why, looky here. It's our contractor to be. I see you got her message. Glad you followed up. Now, the question is, are you just here to work an angle, or are you moved by our plight? When the brass sets an impossible deadline, who do you think everybody on the floor gets mad at? When trials run late because some lab tech melted, who catches upstairs ire? See, us in middle management, we get none of the credit, all of the blame. Catch hell coming and going, with nary a promotion or raise in sight. Well, we've had it. We pulled our funds to hire a maverick outsider like yourself, to collect useful information on 3 local persons of interest, to help us climb the ladder. First person is Melquiades Alcantara, proprietor of the bottom Runger. Came up with this new drink, the Raptidon Bite. Everyone's dying to try it. We want the secret recipe. The second is an unnamed individual. Shows up at the Esplanade every day, with a mop and an armed escort. What's his story? What does he know?
And why is he always waving at everybody? And smiling, too.
Head back here when you're done with them two. That's what we want to find out. And that whole smiling business, anybody that's secure in their place here has to have dirt on somebody. Something that we could capitalize on. Anything else? The third target we'll talk about after. Sort of a controversial figure around here. Consider him a concern for later. Oh, nothing so mundane. Alcantara's cornered the market with an innovative concept. Our grand vision is... Okay, wait for it. Now he's done all the work, steal his idea. Wonderful, wonderful. Let me just say that we're all so looking forward to working with you. We can't wait to benefit from the fruit of your efforts. See, everybody? Things are looking up already. Upper middle management, here we come.
Have a profitable day.
Ever read the Middle Manager Handbook? Really short?
Any progress? We want Melquiades Alcantara's secret recipe for the Raptidon Bite. He runs the Bottom Runger Saloon. There's a fella mopping the Esplanade who's surrounded by armed guards. Find out who he is and what he knows.
Sorry. Time is bits. Bits is time. Or are, that is.
Tranicular. Arriving any moment now. Added Esplanade.
Love, laugh, purchase, and consume.
With Auntie's choice. As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. Oh, no. I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The big rift cut off top. From home, but our Arcadia-grown league is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down
Get you something?
rip-off pitchfork, they call it. My, how imaginative. And don't get
Afraid he stepped away to his office.
rule changes. Bronzing is prohibited in the Tuesday and Thursday zones. Why even have the T-zones then? Oh, and
Think the boss would share that with me? I'm just a lowly factotum around here. I mean, I actually been concocting my own cocktail creations in my odd-off hour. I'm very creative, but, you know, he don't care.
I witnessed no fewer than 6 critical blood force dramas in last
In
week's
fact, I have. I once made a drink called Death by Purpleberry and Ulceranium Poisoning. Very high concept. Only a select clientele would appreciate it. Fleetingly. He's around the corner to the right, just past the stairs. Likely find him whipping up a fresh batch of Raptidon Bite cocktails. Won't do it in front of me. The drink's quite a hit around here, and it's Melquiades' own proprietary recipe. People would literally kill to find it out. More's the pity.
Bludgeon each other. Such a relatable interest. See, subordinates, I'm just like you. Until next time, look for me in the Platinum Executive Skybox above the line of scrummage. Anti-Cleos was specifically founded to fight what nature inflicts, to offer higher quality pharmaceuticals designed to be better than nature, because nature wants to kill you. The first of many rivals, but that original goal remains.
Look at you, rocketing up the corporate ladder.
Strive to spread unfettered free trade and self-betterment throughout the galaxy, but we do so knowing you persist, well fortified by our products. So strive, thrive, survive, arrive, armed with Auntie's choice. Trust your Auntie.
It's the hotshot for hire from the wireless.
You look unfortified. Getting enough emulsifiers in your diet?
Welcome to all visiting Auntie's.
You're here from Melquiades, Alcantara. Afraid you're a mite bit late.
Consultants who labor with committing to a side.
You're pushing your luck.
You know I got eyes on you, right?
An artificial life is a life that's sweeter. But we can always do better. I'll give it to you straight in my quarterly underperformance review.
Knock off the funny business.
Excessive corporate malfeasance. The only division that earns us less when they work more. Ease off the throttle, gang. Won't be any malfeasance if you don't.
That ain't yours.
Next is assertive arbitration.
Stop that
Don't
scrounging
move.
around.
The bit pit.
Auntie's been looking for you, criminal. Pay what you owe, or your reckless behavior ends here.
Commander, if you'd like to have me handle this, I'm more than able.
Negotiate. Xenobiological exploitation's output is down 18%. I'm not paying professional hunters to run a petting zoo. Acquire and
We've got the executive blessing to do company business as we see fit. You don't want to contradict Auntie herself, do you?
No, ma'am. Never. Please, excuse me.
That's probably the last time that little story gets us out of trouble. I'd rather not fight my own people, so keep your nose clean, yeah?
Can't say I care for it either. But I'll have no truck with the ambition deficient. Respected subordinates, spare me no gumption, and I promise we will all thrive.
Investigator Yoshida, Department of Excessive Corporate Malfeasance. Did you know the deceased?
To shop for Auntie's choice products. We have a wide range of goods for every budget, from the most extravagant to the most bit-minded of customers.
Seems like you're not the only one. Were you aware if you had any business rivals, any disgruntled employees? Deals gone sour?
But that we can sell you recipes for. We are also the only retailers for parasite-free purple berries.
The term parasite-free indicates the fact that any kind of parasite found in an anti-choice product is
Are you asking the questions now? Saw this work the other way.
subsidiary companies, and the eating of said parasite absolves Auntie's choice of any legal responsibility in perpetuity throughout the galaxy.
No, that would make my day if you were to blame. I only cover internal rivalries. As an outsider, you'd be someone else's department to worry about.
Because of the system's glorious efficacy, while the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want.
You're clear to saunter freely. Well, maybe someone over at the bottom Runger knows something. Don't forget, Auntie's Choice Zero-G whiskey gets you into orbit.
Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now as a member of society? We allow you to
Bet they'll name you Employee of the Fiscal Quarter.
respecting your right to risk a few pesky side effects as an early adopter. At Auntie's Choice, we understand that the marketplace is dynamic, efficient, and well-suited to the shifting needs of our populace. After all, that's what unbridled freedom's all about.
Made by the finest of Auntie's apothecaries, using the most cutting edge of voluntary test subjects. Half the time, our life-saving medicaments work all the time.
At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly.
Don't worry. Once you try our almost reasonably priced products, you'll compulsorily return time and time again.
Systems through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals with Auntie's Choice. An artificial life
Yes?
is a life that's
Oh, tell me, do you feel as terrible as you look? No, but the medicament merchant right downstairs can set you up. I just do hands-on repairs.
Our portfolio is diversified, but we can
Don't keep out of harm's way. I have a family to feed.
Straight in my quarterly underperformance review. First up, excessive corporate malfeasance. The only division that earns us less when they work more.
You seem like a go-getter. Let's consume lunch sometime.
Any malfeasance. Look for it. Next is assertive arbitration. Quite the bit pit. Down 14% in net growth.
Have a profitable day.
You're supposed to squeeze blood from every contract, not put us in the
Working
red.
hard or hardly
Learn to
working?
negotiate. Xenobiological exploitation's output is down 18%.
Sorry. Time is bits. It's his time. Or our.
Acquire and exploit the local fauna like it's your life's work. I get it. Between the rifts of
Look who's
aggressive
back.
rivals and the actions of maverick freelancers, there's a lot of volatility out there right now.
I know one. Vallow Andrews, owner of the best choice. Wasn't too keen on our success. Melquiades said she's meaner than a bag of raptidons. I'll miss his wit.
And I promise we will all.
The only way I'd ever make it in that place is crawling through a vent. Some of us have pride.
To shop for Auntie's choice products.
Till next we meet.
A wide range of goods for every budget, from the most extravagant to the most bit-minded of customers. We have food and drink for every taste and meal you can imagine, plus more that you can't imagine, but that we can.
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
Parasite-free purple berries.
The term parasite-free indicates the fact that any kind of parasite found in an Auntie's Choice product free of charge and is not the property of Auntie's Choice or its subsidiary companies, and the eating of said parasite absolves Auntie's Choice of any legal responsibility in perpetuity throughout the galaxy. Live, love, laugh.
You, my friend, are VP material.
Auntie's Choice.
Close enough. Hey, didn't you hear me growl in a discouraging manner? The first testee ain't to be disturbed.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm gonna, converserate a little. Just wait over there for me or something.
As you wish. Retreating to hover at a respectful distance.
Sorry, they get a mite carried away most times. Oh, that. Yeah. Wish they wouldn't say that. Ain't accustomed to fancy titles. Don't mind them. They're here to make sure nothing happens. To me, that is. On account of being a close personal friend of fellow, Auntie Cleo. It's all a bit much, to be honest. But I guess it's like Auntie always says. Anything worth doing is worth overdoing completely. She don't go by that no more. Guess I'm still not used to calling her Auntie. Auntie. There, maybe that'll do it. Anyhow, probably shouldn't just mull about here engaging in idle talk. If she saw me, she'd probably chide me for being overly friendly with everyone, like she used to.
Enough of that. You ain't idling, you're networking, expanding business opportunities. That's my go-to line anyway.
Oh, guess I was at that, huh? Thanks. Like your arm, by the way. Mine are just boring metal.
Oh, it saves me from small talk, mostly. Ain't many folk who aren't put off by the limb and avoid me entirely, if I'm honest.
Until next time, look for me in the Platinum Executive Skybox above the line of scrummage.
Wait, really? Why, sure. I mean, guess I can't see the harm. Hey, stay here, will you? Me and my new friend here, we're just going over there to the bottom Runger to talk.
Staying put, but keeping alert as if our jobs and or lives depended on it.
Bob off! One of our goals. Yes, now we strive to spread unfettered free trade and self-betterment throughout the galaxy. But we do so knowing you. Well fortified by our products. So strive, thrive, survive, arrive. Armed with Auntie's Choice. Trust your Auntie.
Auntie, when are you going to have a sale?
My dear child, every day is a sale at Auntie's Choice.
Yes, you heard that right. Every day is a sale when you're shopping for the best products at the lowest prices. Auntie knows you want to spend your bits on the best things that money can buy.
Right, so how does this all work exactly? They bring you a drink, and then people just converse around?
Do you know it's the best price? Because Auntie knows best.
The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for
Oh, right, and I'd add that big talk is for big people who matter. So we don't talk about work matters or our day. Okay then. What other sort of stuff you want to talk about? The weather, maybe?
Against the little person, as they tried with us in Tau Ceti. But did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's Choice devious shenanigans lying down? No!
Oh, Felicity. Felicity Carroll. Dr. Felicity Carroll, eventually. So I guess she's Dr. Auntie Cleo now, technically? If that's how that works? She came to be lead scientist of research and development at Numa Experimental Station. I knew her when she was just Felicity, back in the good old days, when the company still did, you know, human testing first, instead of just letting stuff willy-nilly out into the wild like now. I was her best test subject.
Hostile takeover this! Right back at you!
I'm Auntie Cleo, and I endorse this message.
Guess that's why them guards called me the first testee. Hadn't occurred to me before. Auntie must have come up with it.
Report on just how much money your toil is netting us. It's time.
Sure was determined. I'll tell you what. Made her own healing grease in a rusty old can of Spacer's chalk. Got one of them entry science jobs at Auntie Cleo. You know, the corporation, not the person. Was a whole different person back then, if you can believe it. Started scaling the corporate ladder right quick. Weren't too long before she left the colony completely.
11% quarter over quarter. Not too shabby, but that's small change compared to experimental
You think?
operations.
I'd sure like to think so. Not that I'd want her to feel bad or sad or nothing. Aw, you got me reminiscing something fierce. Did I mention she and I shared an expired chum bar once? Good times.
Wait, you mean to say Auntie's eaten expired rations? And shared them? Wow, she's just like us.
Maybe I can remember other important things like that. I'll sure try. You know, this is nice. Talking like this is much better than when the other person just ambles off like they never heard you.
Jealousy, hard feelings, really stirring the pot. Unorthodox? Well, no, not really. But
Well, you know, I haven't talked to her for, going on 40 years or thereabouts, I think. But, you know, we were real tight when we were nubbies. When she approved my request for this role, I got a letter from her that said, dictated but not read at the end. Like she was talking right to me. Or at me, maybe.
business is good. We have positive bit flow. Our portfolio is diversified. But we can always do better.
You know, you're probably right. Sometimes thought it might be good to hear from her more, but I guess she's real busy.
Excessive corporate malfeasance. The only
All I know is one day, Felicity said she was up for a promotion to be Auntie. Said it was an idea that went through every generation or some such. Auntie, she told me once she needed to climb to the top no matter what, but that she was real sorry about the people she had to step on to get there.
From every contract, not put us in the red. Learn to negotiate. Xenobiological exploitation's output is down 18%. I'm not paying professional hunters to run a petting zoo. Acquire and exploit the local fauna like it's your
You know,
life's work.
kinda. I didn't mind. Much. What's a few steppings on between close personal friends? That might be all I want to talk about. The rest makes me, you ever have this empty, falling feel? You know, in your chest? Like that, I guess. I don't know, would hate to be rude. You come out with me and all.
And I promise we will all thrive. many reasons to shop for Auntie's choice products.
No, there's stuff I can't say things about. Not to somebody I just met her for now, I reckon. Sorry. You know what? I haven't felt this springy inside since Fel and I worked the garbage pile on Argos. Like, less bad. Maybe good, even.
But that we can sell you recipes for. We are also the only retailers for parasite-free purple berries.
The term parasite-free indicates the fact that any kind of parasite found in an Auntie's Choice product is provided free of charge and is not the property of Auntie's Choice or its subsidiary companies, and the eating of said parasite absolves Auntie's Choice of any legal responsibility in perpetuity throughout the galaxy.
Always remember, commercial...
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
Not because we worship myths, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process our overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now as a responsible member of society? You need to take part in public product testing, respecting your right to risk a few pesky side effects as an early adopter. At Auntie's Choice, we understand that the marketplace is dynamic, efficient, and well-suited to the
Now please,
shifting needs of
go
the populace.
anywhere else so that I can tend to the actual patrons.
What now?
Have an issue with the service? She's in her office. Door to your right. See what you do.
110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced...
What are you doing back here? No one's allowed. Who left that door unlocked? What are you even doing in my bar? Someone will be fired over this. Then, once they reach the nadir of their sorrows, rehired, only that I may fire them again. And I don't know what you think you're seeing here, but ignore all this.
Downwardly mobile with my latest demotions report, starting with Dr. Giles Rasmussen, demoted from his unnamed and clearly uninformed
What?
position with
All this? Furtive mixing of cocktails is simply how I relieve stress in a productive manner. It's a Raptidon bite, a unique concoction devised by Melquiades Alcantara, who was simply my dearest friend. Or was. I procured its recipe from him before his unfortunate passing, and before you ask, yes, I have receipts for everything.
strategic step backward to document index manager will refresh your info security fundamentals, Reggie. Congrats! You're now a file clerk. Clerk those files. Next is Elise Ripshaw in product development. Remember, Elise, when you told colleagues over drinks at the bottom runner that I was, quote,
As if I don't know how to scour a crime scene. Please. This isn't some run-of-the-mill one-bit operation. The best choice is the Spectrum Violet of the Esplanade. Our patrons pay well to stake their claim as the most VIP of the VIP. Now that we have the recipe for this dreadful elixir, our clientele no longer have reason to stray.
That's it for this demotions report. Until next time, everybody do your jobs and there won't be a next time. Toodaloo.
Think you're wearing down my resolve, don't you? Ugh. No, maybe just a little. Look, I see you're going to be a problem. Just cover my efforts and expenses and the recipe's yours. Our patrons are returning already anyhow.
As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The big rip cut off tossball news from home, but our Arcadia-grown league is a worthy substitute.
Fine, you can have it. That admittedly was a mite embarrassing. Any serious player would have locked the door first, before spreading out incriminating evidence. Here you are, one lightly bloody, slightly less secret recipe. Time for you to blunder out the way you blundered in.
Birthday zones? Why even have the T-zones then? Oh. Sportsmanlike conduct is tolerated? Ha! That will put
Still here, I see.
A blood sport without blood sounds like red ink to Auntie. Our tossball teams play for keeps. I witnessed no fewer than 6 critical blood force traumas in last week's contest between the Easy Heel Loafers and Spectrum brand bandits. I'd pit our least bankable tossball team against the Protectorate's entire roster of pitchball pushovers any day of the... Tramicular. Oh. Any moment now. Approaching station.
I done falled off the corporate ladder.
Hey, everybody, look who it is. Our duly contracted proxy. All finished? Knew he was connected. What'd you find out? He tell you any secrets about Auntie?
Or inspiring stories about her career ascent? You know, that might act as encouragement to them like us, presently stagnating in our position of paid employee.
Huh. A rumor had it she was one of the Schuyler line, old money family, type who looked down at anybody who worked for a living. Never seemed like her. I got a whole lot of insightful observations like that, you know.
Wait. There's been more than one Auntie Cleo? Explains a lot, now that I think about it. Like how she ain't a few hundred years old. Huh.
Learn anything more?
Whoa! Just like normal people.
That's real relatable. I mean, we all done that, right? But I just never thought she would. 'Cause she's Auntie, you know?
Yeah, like she could eat a bar right out of the paste obtruder, the freshest and least natural it's ever gonna be.
That everything? Those details were highly motivating, both personally and professionally. Real roadmap to success kind of thing.
Diverges greatly from events depicted in Auntie the Musical, the all-singing adaptation of Auntie's life story, which we've all, of course, watched 9 times. Didn't make the drink, or didn't make... Oh, I see.
Less we know about all that, the better. But I knew you'd effectuate effectually. Right? Wasn't I just saying? Here, for your trouble, from all of us. Now, about that last person of interest. There's a former Spacer's Choice VIP in the brig. We tried talking to him, you know, to see if he had any useful dirt. But he's kind of mean.
Full of scathing invective.
Belittling, one might say. But, you know, tough sort like you might have an easier go of it. You know, we all been chewed out pretty fiercely before. Kind of a regular occurrence, really. But I swear, I ain't never...
I still have nightmares. Sometimes I think I hear his voice, and I start to run.
Uh-huh. Likewise, future generations will tell cautionary bedtime stories about that day. Nah, they got him set up like in olden times. They let everybody walk up and holler at him, throw produce and such. Whatever that is. Oh, that sounded very take charge. Have to remember that. Okay, we'll make sure you've got authorization to the brig when you arrive. May you effectuate effectually toward the agreed-upon goal state. That's the Middle Manager Handbook again. Real take charge stuff. All finished? All right, we'll be here.
Tramicular, arriving any moment now. Approaching station.
Laugh, purchase, and consume!
With Auntie's choice. As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. But no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base...
From pop guns to self-propelled cannons, I have whatever size weaponry you need to make all your problems
Can't tell the difference
past
between
tense.
cover and concealment? Then you need a good set of armor before someone succeeds in...
Auntie's choice. Auntie's choice knows that a better... Just 3 pills and an ointment away. Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice? Try Auntie's Choice Pep Pills. Good for what ails you. Auntie's Choice. Auntie's Choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills.
Ah, wonderful. More of you. Come to jeer at a fallen old rival like all the rest. Swear I heard from everybody else in this rickety tub. So far, I am decidedly unimpressed. Been some sorely lackluster heckling from your colleagues. Clever as barbs weren't clever enough by half. Not expecting much, but go ahead. Try your worst. Let's hear it.
Auntie's Choice. Auntie's Choice knows that a better you is just...
That was almost all right. Better than most. Pretty so-so. Got anything else?
Why choose just any choice when you can choose Auntie's Choice? Too much Spacer's Ale? Try Auntie's Choice Pep.
And proud of it, too. Why waste bits on something of higher quality and pricier when it'll just wear out eventually? Might as well buy something cheap. You are clear on the concept here, right? You're meant to insult me, not just spout things that are true. Loses a little sting if I agree with everything. Anyhow, you done yet? Or you got more?
Why choose just any choice when you can choose Auntie's Choice? Too much Spacer's Ale? Try Auntie's Choice Pep Pills.
Har har. Wait, was that a physics joke? Like my mask doesn't have much mass, and therefore has weak gravity. Huh. Maybe you're smarter than you look. Pretty average work, all told. Better than anyone else here, sure, but they exist only to thoroughly define the bottom of the barrel. You're fair to middling. Wait, you didn't come here for the express purpose of ridicule and castigation? Well, certainly embraced it, though. Respect the flexibility and commitment. So, all right, I give up. What do you want? Frankly, that any of these rung leeches have a thought to spare for me over all the false hopes Auntie's hammered into them astounds me. Look, I appreciate the attention and all, but does any of this benefit me? Because otherwise, you might as well just jeer away. Appreciate the directness. A simple transaction. None of this self-determinism claptrap. Just two people haggling out a deal. Name's Himanshu Tegulapalli, regional brand manager for Tau Ceti, Spacer's Choice. Auntie has it in for all of us former reps, but me in particular. Been humiliating Spacer's Choice every chance she gets. You seen those display images mocking the Moon Man, dressed up like a baby? Petty stuff. Being completely one-sided. Till now.
Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice?
You bet. I want my turn. Figured I earned it. I mean, look at me. I taped a particularly scathing diatribe earlier. Patch it into the PA system. Let me have my say.
You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's choice.
Not on me presently, no. They tend to take things off prisoners, you know? It's weirdly universal. Also wasn't wearing this reeking thing prior to being staged for public ridicule. The audio cartridge is in an evidence locker in the room behind that desk. Bet if you just asked the guard over there nicely for access, she'd open it right up for you. The PA system controls are in the back room at client intake. Had it all worked out earlier, before I got caught. Wonderful. That broadcast is gonna be the finest verbal rebuke of my career. Oh, I should mention, while you're on this ship, Auntie's Choice has a few products what might improve your odor, looks, and breath. Sorry. Couldn't help myself.
Why choose just any choice
What?
when you could choose?
You forget what you needed to do? The audio cartridge is in an evidence locker in that room behind the guard desk. The PA system controls are in an office at client intake, near where your ship is probably parked. Get going. The next irritating voice I hear on that loudspeaker, I want to be my own.
Auntie's choice. Auntie's choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills. Appointment away. Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice? Too much Spacer's ale? Try Auntie's Choice Pep Pills. Good for what ails you. You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's choice. Auntie's choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away. Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice. Too much Spacer's Ale? Try Auntie's choice.
Caught in the act, like an amateur. Don't move! My records show you have an outstanding fine for past offenses. Pay up, or face Auntie's justice. Now, just one moment. I'm simply doing my job here. Perhaps I can budge on the amount, but you need to pay something, or my supervisor will have my throat. Everything seems to be in order. Carry on.
You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's choice.
Welcome to The Brig by Corporate Compliance. Please do not taunt the prisoners. Thank you. I know what I said, and I meant what I said. Visitors to the brig are required to taunt the prisoners, at least to the best of their abilities. Well, you'd probably pay me to remotely unlock it, and/or ask me in a remarkably debonair fashion. We hope you've deeply enjoyed your visit to The Brig by Corporate Compliance.
What? You forget what you needed to do? Get going. The next irritating voice I hear on that loudspeaker, I want to be my own.
Spacer's Ale? Try Auntie's choice pep pills. Good for what ails you.
Yeah.
You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's choice. Auntie's choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away. Why choose just any choice?
Welcome to The Brig by Corporate Compliance. What is it? Well, you'd probably pay me to remotely unlock it, and/or ask me in a remarkably debonair fashion. All right, see that door behind me? It's suddenly somehow been left mysteriously unlocked. Pleasure doing business at you.
Auntie's choice knows that a better
Yeah.
and an ointment away. Why choose Auntie's choice when you could choose Auntie's choice? Spacer's Ale? Try Auntie's choice pep for what ails you. You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's choice. Auntie's choice knows that a better you is 3 pills and an ointment away. Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice? Too much Spacer's Ale? Try Auntie's choice pep pills. Good for what ails you.
Tronicular, arriving any moment now. Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based on. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decides what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process our overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now as a responsible member of society?
Attention all employees of this poor excuse for corporate blundership. This ill-conceived, off-brand take on an oligarchy. Say what you will of Spacer's Choice and the other corporations, but none of us ever put big ideas in people's heads. Yes, our workers were beaten down by a rigged system and lack of mobility, but no hope is better than false hope. Right? I swear, everybody in this company thinks they're going to be somebody someday. It ain't gonna happen. Auntie Cleo's marketing you a bunch of wishful thinking. The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's Choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who
Tronicular, arriving any moment now.
Live, laugh, purchase, and consume.
From pop guns
Can't
to
tell the
self-propelled
difference between
cannons,
cover and
I have
conceal.
whatever size weapon you need to make
Good
all
set of
your
armor
household
before
tasks
someone
change.
succeeds in venting.
I might appear above the occasional frivolity, but no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file.
Nice work. A sterling performance. By both of us. I've been waiting to give everybody here a piece of my mind for some time now.
Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down rip-off pitch bowl, they call it.
You've heard about the Spacer's Choice and Auntie Cleo merger, I'm sure. But things went down a little differently than Auntie makes out around here. Auntie was attempting a hostile takeover, but we outplayed her, voted her and her execs out. And we shipped Auntie and all her diehard followers out to Tau Ceti as an example. After Earth went dark, Auntie was technically the senior ranking executive in Tau Ceti, and she used that to take over the colony. But everything she's been doing since has been quasi-legal at best, including her being CEO of Auntie's Choice. With Earth being dark, no one has proof to call her on it. What I had to say was more important. People here needed to hear how bad they've been bamboozled by that self-determinism claptrap. The rest is going to come out eventually anyway. After that, we can all go back to exploiting each other honestly. No thanks. Once Spacer's Choice is back in control, I'll be running this place in no time. Appreciate you helping my vital message be heard.
Welcome to The Brig by Corporate Compliance. What is it? We hope you've deeply enjoyed your visit to The Brig by Corporate Compliance.
Tramicular. Arriving any minute now. Approaching station.
I'll have you know my panhandling license is completely up to date.
Any update on the man in the Moon Man mask? Heard the announcement, assumed that was your doing. Wait! What?
What? But Auntie said the last message that arrived from Earth was the board putting her in charge. Guess that does sound rather convenient.
Wait. This is bad. Knowing this is not good. This sort of dirt gets a person killed. This may call for an executive decision.
What does the middle manager handbook say to do at a time like this?
Says here, unfinished business leaves one undone. Trim loose ends before everything comes unraveled. Well, that sounds rather dire, contextually. What do all of you think? Are you feeling reassured here? Not sure I am.
I was, but now your lack of certitude has got me starting to worry. That's exactly what the corporate assassins in the Aetherwave serials say before they terminate someone in an indifferent display of artful treachery.
Simmer down now. That was just a fictional representation despite being realistically well-researched. I'm reasonably sure it's wholly inapplicable to our present circumstances. We accept your terms. Consider this final payment for services rendered. Never speak about this to anyone.
You sounded just like an upper middle manager right then, Twombly. Good job.
We really shouldn't be seen together. I'm politely asking you to leave. Please.
Working hard or hardly working?
That's
rhetorical.
We really shouldn't be seen together. I'm politely asking you to leave. Please.
Have a profitable day. Sorry, time is bits. Bits is time. Or are, that is.
To kill you. Tramicular. Arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality.
Welcome back. We understand you've been a very busy little manty-was. Well, out with it.
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went.
Embedded chemicals with Auntie's choice. Attention any and all no-getters
A satisfactory effort, my ameliorator. I had hopes your talents would yield a result a mite more in our favor, but good work overall.
Demoted from his unnamed and clearly unimportant position within experimental operations. Welcome to your new role as Site Sanitation Manager, Doc.
Well, I suppose I can't argue with the truth of that.
Anything else you'd like to report?
Insight acquisition. Demoted for playing confidential logs in a paid public toilet. Not what I mean when I encourage working on the go.
Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered. And it was an ideal first step in effecting my monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam mathematical malarkey. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computronic doodad. It's instinct, intuition, know-how. It's a fucking art.
It is an intricately crafted, multi-phase marketing initiative that will introduce Auntie's Choice to the rest of the galaxy and establish the foothold of our pending monopoly. It requires a series of daring, almost impossibly savvy, perfectly timed, and flawlessly executed stratagems to create optimal market positioning.
Whole thing's a load of bunko. Calculatory claptrap from a bunch of overeducated know-nothings who are so smart they're stupid. Go ahead. Tell them who devised it.
With pleasure! The archive on Cloister analyzed millions of variables with bazillions of permutations to create an idealized path for total competitive domination.
I want to veer above the occasional frivolity, but no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The big rift cut off toss volumes from the home.
Some oversized computronical doohickey, mapping out key corporate strategery, just all as you please, based on what? Bunch of numbers. We're Auntie's Choice. We know what motivates people better than they do. Real marketing is gut-driven. It's not something you think about, it's something you feel. Or that is, convince someone to feel. Just leave the big picture ideating to us savvy executives, ameliorator. Our top-tier expertise is only acquired through experience and time, which at the moment is of the essence.
Yes, suppose we should move on. Ursula, will you do the honors?
I'm the head of our proprietary insight acquisition division. Stealing our rivals' trade secrets? That's our bread and butter. We can sometimes lack a certain subtlety, though. The Protectorate have a process called mental refreshment. Some kind of mind manipulation business. There's a facility for it on Praetor. Auntie wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This archive plan says it's important? Fine. Auntie and I agree it presents possibilities.
Imagine the ad windfall. Our athletic assets would achieve full profit potential.
Actually, it's only 3. Surely you can handle twice that many tasks. I don't want to sound like the Order, but you could make a list, maybe. A few aspirational goals, if possible. If you see a chance to talk their lead scientist into joining us, and/or dig up additional details about the process, do so.
Which is to say, we'll make it more worth your while. I promise you'll never want for compensation while in our employ.
See you when it's done.
Nature inflicts to offer higher quality pharmaceuticals designed to be better than nature, because nature wants to kill you. Since then, our company has
Don't let us keep you.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell heinous ascetic without Auntie's Choice.
Now we strive to spread.
Go ahead. Tell me what ails ya. That poor Amos fella's a bit of an open book, ain't he? He's been through too much. Hearing how Auntie abandoned him the second she got power shouldn't surprise me, but it does. I don't know how he can stay loyal to her after all this time. He's still on the bottom rung with no reward in sight. What's in your heart don't matter at all, does it? Fine by me. How personal are we talking? Oh, come on. It's just a hobby. An obvious one at that. I picked up drawing from the grandpa in the domicile next door back in Tauceti. When I was a kid, he told me the best way to appreciate nature was to create some of your own and carry it with you. The notion's taken on a bit of a different meaning now with Auntie, but I reckon that grandpa has the right of it. On the off chance you're being serious, afraid not. Never quite got the hang of drawing human appendages. Want to know a secret? So do I. Don't get me wrong, they've done a lot of good. Modern medicine sure beats slathering plant matter on your wound. But there's something to be said for partnering with nature, not fighting for dominion over it. Well, they ain't exactly equipped for negotiations, and I ain't gonna become a bloody pulp if they're aiming to pick a fight. But they are fascinating. I'd watch them all day if their hunting instincts weren't so sharp. They like to play, did you know that? Of course, they play with the corpses of their prey, but it's play nonetheless. Yep, that's him. Hoping I've done him proud. Bit late for that warning, huh? I ain't claiming you can hang this on the Undisputed Claim or anything. You don't like them? That's fine. They're just for me. Fine by me? Yeah, figured you might. I want to say up front that I got nothing against you or your crew. Ain't one to judge the firearm by its plating. And so far, you ain't given me reason to doubt your character. But the Earth Directorate itself, it's got much to answer for. The Earth Directorate swore a promise to every colony out there. That if you plea for help, help will come. Maybe not immediately, but you know, maybe sometime this decade. But that's all a heap of shit. You know how many of us in Tauceti tried to send messages? And when that didn't work, how we begged the stars for the Earth Directorate to save us? They never responded. Never showed up. Not when I was a child, certainly not by the time Auntie's choice came around. You ask me, you're selling folk a lie. I know that. I see you doing all you can to help folk. Look, I ain't holding you to account for the Earth Directorate's ills. No more than anyone would hold me to those of Auntie's choice. We're our own people. No matter how often I'm hit in the face with that fact, with you, with Ethel, it's rather easy to forget at times. But talking through this reminds me. And I appreciate it, Commander. Nor do I. Fine by me?
When I first got assigned to your team, I was beside myself with excitement. Since then, you've really proven yourself every bit of the legend I hoped you would be. I've come to respect you, Commander. Not just as a leader, but as a, well, as a friend, too. I'm glad to hear it. Would have had some real grease on my face if you didn't. It was just me and Val for so long. I kind of forgot what it was like having someone else I could rely on. It's been real nice having you at my side. Not to get too maudlin, but I'm used to losing the people who mean the most to me. I just want you to know I'm not gonna let that happen this time. Don't worry. I'm not planning on jumping in front of any bullets if it can be helped. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. This can be a thankless job sometimes. Didn't want you going a day longer without knowing how much you mean to me. And to Val, too. Oh, yeah? What's needling you? Shit. Knew I was forgetting something. Of course she did. I had some trouble adjusting in the years after Horizon Point. I was in pain more times than I wasn't. Had trouble sleeping. The drinks helped. Until they didn't. I will. Just so long as you promise not to take notes or nothing. I'm not some patient or specimen, Commander. Just so we're clear. For those first few years, every time I laid down and closed my eyes, I went back there, to Horizon Point. I'd swear I could feel the explosion again, the heat coming at me. I'd wake suddenly in the middle of the night, startling at nothing. Sweating like I'd run a race. Sometimes Zeb sat up with me. He told me I'd get better with time, and I did. The sedatives he was occasionally able to get his hands on didn't hurt neither. Anyway, that was the past. I'm good now. I found other ways to cope. Healthier ones. I'm not sure anyone would consider that healthy. When I'm not out there heroically saving the colony, I like to tinker around the ship or work on Val. I exercise. Been considering taking up cross-stitch. What do you think? I'll try to avoid poking out any eyes. Was there anything else you needed, Commander?
Still too many corporate bootlickers drawing air around here for my taste. Such as? Still too many corporate bootlickers drawing air around here for my taste. Such as?
Yes, Commander. May all our endeavors yield expected results.
I suspect there is a rock in my boot. Thankfully, an Arbiter is capable of withstanding even the most fearsome discomfort. Speak freely. Certainly. I consider myself an open tome. The truth of Virgil's deeds, of the Supreme Arbiter's perfidy, hangs over me like a sword. But I am yet comforted by the fact that my brother in arms lives.
Injuries detected. Please seek medical assistance prior to loss of consciousness. How may this unit assist you, Commander? Readying database.
Kinda peculiar.
Standing by with life support.
Trust the plan. Preserve set progress. Sustain the system. Serve the sun. It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are
Malefactor ahead.
efficiency at all times.
Huh? All it took was some light instruction and a restorative back to it. What in the...
Some malingerer, no doubt. Better take a gander.
Unfriendly in combat range.
Disruptive influences.
Breaking for cover!
Emergency protocol syringes primed.
Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclination, and refrains the mind. Who's that?
Taking punitive action!
For our beneficent leader!
Your vitals look grim, Commander. You're hurt, Commander. Steel yourself. On the authority. Prepare for absolution.
Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Don't forget, your unthinking compliance lets the paradigm run with flawless efficiency. Unthinking is essential. Unthink today. Unthink tomorrow. Unthink forever.
Making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Protectorate. Our foes are close.
All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the refreshment process. We are all happy and contented, and others are not.
A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry.
I shall not stay your execution.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They here at our contentment.
Come in, come right in, and be refreshed.
Of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitatement, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences. By Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive devisor responsible
Are you ready to realign with the paradigm? To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts?
All it takes is some light instruction, a restorative cocktail,
And a quick dip into the lathe of particularity to abrade your imperfections.
I'm Head Refresher Gould, and I guarantee when you exit our doors,
You'll be a productive member of our perfect society again. Soon you'll say, goodbye,
imperfect thoughts, hello, contentment.
As an arbiter, I welcome any procedure that Why is the room spinning?
The duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important. Making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating
Greetings,
at
subject.
peak
Or should I say
efficiency at all
refreshed to
times.
be?
The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so
Notions
important.
are a gateway to mayhem, bedlam, turmoil, and vexation. Unsanctioned thoughts are strictly prohibited. I'm realigned with the paradigm. I'm refreshed. It's the best. Like goodbye, imperfect thoughts. Hello, contentment. Haven't had an imperfect thought in. I can't recall how long.
Regime. Think only prescribed thoughts, and no bliss and plenty.
My irregularities have all been abraded.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all
Welcome to the Wellnitarium. You're not on my schedule. I'll walk in then. Wonderful. Once you're properly evaluated, we'll have you well on your way to refreshment.
That doe-eyed expression, those ambling sentences. I do believe this individual is mentally refreshed. We may be able to use that.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing refreshment.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnitarium here on Praetor is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by
Head Refresher Gould says mental refreshment increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry. I've undergone the procedure myself, several times they say, and look at me now, never more content.
Remember, collective cognitive compliance is a key part of our perfect society. When we comply together, we thrive together.
Our intake evaluation Automech here simply needs to ask you a few questions to amply delineate your phrenometric matrix, a baseline understanding of your character and background. will assist our facilitators in determining the ideal regimen necessary to abrade any perceived personality irregularities.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies
Placid Waters Wellnitarium is the primary mental refreshment facility on Praetor. We are tasked with ensuring local subjects are serene, untroubled, and operating at peak efficacy.
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent
Not authorized to you. Not until completion. Now there. No need to fear evaluation. It's just a few brief fleeting questions, all perfectly harmless, I assure you. Simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left, / your right, and it will begin your assessment. Simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left, / your right, and it will begin your assessment.
Your unthinking
Never more content, and never be content.
efficiency. Unthinking is essential.
Greetings, subject unscheduled. Welcome to Placid Waters Wellnitarium. Evaluation commencing. Subjects are required to respond 100% accurately to all queries. Bespoke prescribed regimens may produce untoward ramifications if baseline data is greater than minutely erroneous. Query 1. Concisely characterize your personal perspective.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive deviser responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Incorrect. The accepted answer is, I fulfill my duty to the Sovereign as a loyal Protectorate subject by operating at peak efficacy, without error, perpetually, each a vital cause. Query 2. Rate your present level of zealous efficaciousness on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the highest, 3 being a traitor, 1 being dead.
Mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation.
Incorrect. The degree of zealous efficaciousness expected of a dutiful and true subject of the Protectorate is beyond measure. Query 3. Do you ever fall prey to imperfect thoughts, including, but not limited to, doubt, disbelief, uncertainty, curiosity, recalcitrance, and mischief?
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment.
Unacceptable. A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry. Final query. How would your neighbors describe you?
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Unsatisfactory response. The appropriate reply was, they never questioned, never doubted. Their zeal never lagged. Formulating conclusion. Phrenometric matrix delineated. Subject evaluation score total 200 out of 200. The acceptable amount for a true and dutiful Protectorate subject is 0. In conclusion, you are in dire need of mental refreshment. Now, proceed to the nearby pneumatic tube to collect your complimentary unitard and lift pass. Next, proceed one floor down, where you will be directed further. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
You'll feel ever so much better once your phrenometric peaks have been abraded.
Efficiency at at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitatement, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry. Possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy, contented, and others are not.
They would deem my resolve inadequate? Insanity! Their analysis procedure is clearly faulty.
Prudence dictates
you can't
rout
fight
all
contentment.
disruptive influences.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnitarium here on Praetor is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive deviser responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good
Right
idea.
as rain, right as rain. We're off to be refreshed, so nice to be refreshed.
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure
Their team plays the worst anyone has ever played. Our first back is perfect. Our pitch ball is well conveyed. Oh, you're new. Must be. You still retain that look of inquiry and deliberation. I'm Weylon.
Undue agitatement, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
No, I'm newly full of zeal. That is, I hope the process took this time. They say my phrenometric peaks are resistant to abradement, but still, they try.
And no bliss and plenty. Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology
I just
and
blinked
know-how
several
behind the
times,
mental
didn't I?
refreshment process.
What did that
That's why
signify?
we are all
I couldn't
happy
leave.
and contented.
Not yet.
And
Haven't
others
completed
are
my
not.
regimen. My phrenometric peaks are still jutting all over the place, they say.
Prudence dictates
Are you in disguise?
we reject individualism
Don't recognize so-and-so
in
as a
all
title.
its many forms.
This feels a bit curious to me. But I feel compelled not to question it too much. Maybe the treatment is working. I'd go with you, I guess. But I need something first. They took all my things when I arrived. Stored them in storage, like commemorative pitch balls in there. From my favorite team, the Paradigm Abiders. Can't leave without it.
The top cognitive deviser responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Some say the sovereign sluggers are better, but the
Remember,
efficients always used to rule in their favor.
cognitive compliance
Anyhow,
is a key
my daughter
part
got
of
me
our
this
perfect
ball to
society.
commemorate a big
When we
game.
comply
I had to
together,
turn in my
we
personal
thrive
items when I was
together.
admitted. On account I tried to leave once or twice before. Saw them put it in a closet behind reception upstairs.
It is the duty of every Protectorate
Suppose so.
subject to ensure
Maybe
they're
almost,
operating
at least.
at peak
One way out's the safest.
at all times.
Someone dug a tunnel in the kitchen pantry. Though there are 2 Automechs assigned there now. to keep subjects from wandering in and ambling
The
off.
process increases tractability, stifles undue agitatement, stymies untorn inclinations.
That doesn't seem like the sort of thing that'd be allowed,
into a
but
thing of symmetry.
guess you know what you're doing. I'll be dithering about here in the meanwhile.
Our beneficent ruler.
Hello.
The console.
You find my pitch ball? Upstairs, in a closet behind reception. Last time I saw it, at least.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Medicament dispensement has concluded for today.
Dictates we cherish
proceed
all we
the
have
lecture hall to
and
request an
defend it.
exception.
A perfect society demands perfect thoughts.
Greetings, new person. You have a look of query about you. I have answers to questions and no questions to answer.
Placid Waters Wellnitarium, here on
Hello.
Praetor.
My name is Abigail, and I am realigned with the paradigm.
Refresher Gould, the top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
I once possessed a failing of character where I would voice simple statements in a way that sounded like a question. Drop! There. Did it again. Anyhow, I was reported for it?
Fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Right as rain, neighbor. Never more content. I am newly full of zeal, free of imperfect thoughts. My mind is a thing of symmetry. My phenometric peaks are all abraded. I only experience approved emotions. Doubt and worry are notably unsanctioned. A perfect society demands perfect thoughts, after all.
And refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Head Refresher Gould says his recorded lectures are key to thinking approved thoughts. He tells us what to think and what thoughts are unsanctioned. It's also very helpful. That, a restorative cocktail of pharmaceuticals, and a quick dip into the lathe of particularity device can abrade all imperfections.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's
Just
why we
follow
are
the signs
all
to the
happy and
lecture
contented,
hall.
and others are not.
Pondering begets disharmony. To deliberate is to court ruin. Notions are a gateway to mayhem, bedlam, turmoil, and vexation. Thinking never made anybody happy.
Unthink today, unthink tomorrow.
Refreshment is inevitable. You can't fight contentment. A perfect society demands perfect thoughts.
There are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia. Placid Waters Wellnitarium, here on Praetor, is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive
Medicament
divisor
dispensary
responsible
has
for
concluded
making
for
the
today.
mental refreshment
Please proceed
process
to
more
the lecture hall
refreshing than
to
ever.
request an exception.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
The kitchen pantry is presently off limits due to anomalous structural tampering.
It is the duty duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
The kitchen pantry is presently off limits due to anomalous structural tampering.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Settle down, everyone. Lecture's playing. Prepare to be edified.
For today's topic, we'll touch on why our program is so very important. Ignorant, misguided outsiders may wonder, why does the Protectorate need mental refreshment? Doesn't it inherit personal freedom? Yet this freedom they celebrate is a yawning chaos, and their choice is an invitation to failure, loss, and anarchy. It is a sad fact that all human beings require direction. As my good friend the Consul would say, at its base, humanity unguided is cravenly, inept, and slothful. We of the Protectorate are not, because we do not allow ourselves to be. The paradigm charts our course, gives us purpose. The Consul is the firm hand that guides us. Mental refreshment keeps us on task, free from doubt, efficient, perfect, and thus we enjoy amity, luxury, and resplendence. The system provides, the system provides.
Multiple inaccuracies, lies, and outright fabrications were contained within this lecture. It would be best categorized as propaganda.
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how mentally refreshed are you feeling today?
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclination.
Rounding up for clarity / responding approvingly. Our refreshment facilitators will be pleased with your progress. Mindfully maintain mental momentum.
Collective cognitive compliance is a key part of your prescribed curative.
I am responsible for providing each subject with their recommended daily dosage of reprioritrin. Medicament dispensement has concluded for the day. Response. Medicaments are stored in medicament storage, the office in which this unit presently operates. Yet, it is strictly off-limits to all non-refreshment facilitator personnel. Farewell statement. May refreshment soon render you free from doubt. A vital cog once more. Greeting, unscheduled walk-in.
refreshment is so important.
Stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of
Destruction and a restorative cocktail to raise my inspection.
Under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the console.
Reporting is so neighborly, suspicion rightly so.
Not ready. Please try again later.
Avoid.
Aborting search.
Subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry. Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented. Others are not.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have, and
While there are many mental facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnitarium here on Praetor is uniquely special.
it is personally overseen by head refresher Gould. The top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community.
Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency. At all times, the paradigm requires it.
Malefactor ahead.
It's so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward.
Say, what's that sound? Why does the wall look so soft all of...
Oh, do I detect a whiff of reprioritin gas? You know, I suddenly feel a mite more pliable somehow. Surely nothing to question. I thought no one was due for peak abradement for hours. I should have your chart. Wait. Ha! You're not a Protectorate subject at all. You have the telltale look of wonder and introspection.
Scientists of this echelon must be exposed to low doses of refreshment gas to build a resistance. Sort of like arbiters with bullets.
Well, this is normally where you'd say something. My, can't believe I'm falling for that, as it may be the most unconvincing display of fealty I've ever seen. Oh dear, I seem to be a little unstable at the moment. But never fear, I have intellect to spare. Don't believe me? I can prove it. Even in a state such as this, I am more than able to apply my argumentative skills against the inferior minds and bankrupt philosophies of our rivals. To what end are you here? Tell me truly. Speak plainly. You know, I'm beginning to have an inkling about your purpose here, and whose employ you're under. A proposal. Adequately debate me on the merits and failings of each group's ideology, and I'll provide you what you're here for. I believe in the strength of our ideals. I'm quite certain I'll win you over. What's more, our colloquy promises to be vastly more diverting than my usual day-to-day blather. But if I'm wrong, what would Auntie's choice or the Order or my word, you're not a scrapper? Well, none of them will know what to do with our advanced know-how. There's a good sport. Do try to keep up. So, what of the Order, our former allies, those cursed overthinkers, doomed to lives free of luxury, toiling away in ceaseless cogitation? What say you of them? A clear example of a life to avoid, yes? That's what happens when you get big ideas. What say you about Auntie's choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness of those corporate consumerists? I do appreciate your candor. That even an amoral outsider like yourself find them worthless is telling. In the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, technology, a sense of belonging, freedom from doubt, worry, hard work. No, the others simply cannot compare. People are unproductively prone to unhappiness. We remove this self-sabotaging flaw so they can fully appreciate the ample bounty we provide, free of doubt and worry. No, I haven't. And that seems a rather facile argument to make about a society that utilizes automechs to handle daily chores and labor. A low-hanging fruit, as it were. Well, admit I assumed this conversation would be more engaging. Did you have any final points you'd like to make? As a, last chance to distinguish yourself? You don't think I'd send thousands through the process if I wasn't absolutely confident of it being unharmful. The results speak for themselves, literally. Our subjects have never been more content. They say so repeatedly. All right, fair enough. In that little battle of wits, one of us proved severely outmatched, and I'm not sure you're completely aware of which of us I'm referring to. I am deeply disappointed by your lack of intellectual prowess, though ultimately I'm not wholly surprised. Suppose that leaves one last thing. Guards, we have an intruder!
Improving position!
Our commander hangs from a thread!
Dispensing life-preserving medicine.
Avenged!
Teammate health.
Disruptive influences.
providing a host of health benefits.
That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Collective cognitive compliance is a key part of your prescribed curative. Think only prescribed thoughts, and no bliss and plenty. Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Wait. I was led to believe my case required minimal treatment. But that last session, that was far more intensive. Strong observation, your sublime radiance. We set the lathe to the maximal abradement setting, per instructions. Maximal? Who authorized you to use that setting? I demand the name of my betrayer! Subject is exhibiting increased agitation upon exiting the lathe, consistent with extreme cases. Further abradement recommended. Who are you speaking to? Are you recording this? Enough of this farce! Release me at once!
Gould, the top cognitive divisor responsible for making them... refreshment process more refreshing than ever. subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul.
Others are not.
To ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important. The console provides, the system abides.
Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Prudence dictates we route all disruptive influences.
Placid Waters Wellnitarium, here on Praetor, is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They despair of contentment.
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
privileged access somehow. Our superiors must have arranged it.
Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not. Placid Waters Wellnitarium, here on Praetor, is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive devisor responsible for
Hello.
making the mental refreshment
You find my pitch ball?
more refreshing than ever.
Oh, commemorative pitch ball. I missed you so. Let's never part again. Suppose I'm ready to leave. Well, almost.
When we comply together, we thrive together.
Okay. Ready to go then, I suppose. If we get separated, I'll meet you there.
Duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating.
Medicament discussion has concluded for today. Please proceed to the lecture hall to request an exception.
Hostiles detected ahead.
Let the paradigm
Recommended
worry
course
about
of
tomorrow.
action. Violence.
hurt him, please. The Sovereign isn't at his best right now. You're not here to harm him, are you? If so, I must warn you, I will defend the Sovereign to the fullest extent of my meager abilities. Yes, it is. Our beneficent, infallible ruler, the Sovereign Henry Aloysius Varick, son of the first Sovereign, Reuben Varick. You'll have to forgive him right now. As I said, he is not his best today.
My Sovereign, what have they done to you? No, and certainly not the embodiment of all that is the Protectorate. This is a greater crime than all I have witnessed.
Deserves what? Whatever do you mean? We've been here since it was determined that the Sovereign, long distraught over the loss of his family, was in need of mental refreshment. Since then, he has been receiving dedicated treatment from head refresher Gould himself. Well, after his first session, the Sovereign was notably upset, launched into hysteric fits of paranoid ranting, absurd nonsense about how the consul had betrayed him and seized power. For his own good, he had to be gently but firmly restrained. That all stopped after his next dip into the lathe, thank law. He's remained quite peaceful since. I'm certain he'll be back to his old self in no time. Preposterous. The consul and all the vigilant are above reproach. No subject of the Protectorate would ever harm or knowingly allow harm to befall our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign, or consider such a thing. To even think such a thought is unthinkable. This stately form before you is the direct descendant of the matriarch herself. All we have, all any of us have, stems directly from the works of his family line. I will stay true to him and the Protectorate to the end. We all will. The Sovereign is receiving the finest possible care, as he has every day of his life. Treatment outside the Protectorate is barbaric by comparison. Our system is perfect. Just leave us be.
I suppose there is nothing we can do at this juncture. Guard him well, Feld. I shall honor him, in health and infirmity alike. I swear it.
Go. Please, just leave us. Go. Please, just leave us. Just leave.
Conversation is not possible at this or any time.
Oh, hello. This is all right neighborly of you. Can't thank you enough. Now, after you. By all means. Oh, and, last I heard from my daughter, Emily, she was off to Free Market Station. You meet us there. She'll surely give you a reward. After you, by all means. I fear I must insist. Guess all outsiders aren't as bad as Prudence makes you out to be. Guess all outsiders aren't as bad as Prudence makes you out to be.
Is this even possible? This has to be representative of some type of instrument miscalibration.
I wish that were the case.
I lack expertise on the subject, but based on the tone of voice from those two, I believe the state of the water to be rather dire.
And it's safe to assert that we all know who's at fault for this wanton destruction of Praetor's ecological systems.
Indeed. Auntie's forced occupation of the chemical production facility has taken its toll. Once we expel them from the Arcadia system, it'll take years to rectify the damage.
Illustration is in order.
Prudence dictates reroute.
We'll find him. Sure as eggs. Dangerous time! Run! Invasive elements!
know a subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
My contraptions don't explode no more. Honest.
Glad there are people out here like you. Gives hope. Both of us, well, we're forever in your debt. Ah, before I forget, here, this is for you. Thank you ever so much for freeing my father.
My friend from Placid Waters. Appreciate you fetching the pitch ball Millie got me. And of course, the escort out of there. Though mostly, the pitch ball. Wonderful, wonderful. So good to see Millie again. Don't know how to do anything here, but I can sing to my heart's content. You heading out? Do take care. Again, much obliged. Their team plays the worst anyone has ever played. Our first back is perfect. Our pitch ball is well conveyed.
Glad there are people out here like you. Gives hope. Both of us, well, we're forever in your debt.
Took what nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through artificial means at Auntie's choice.
I see you're back from the Protectorate's little mind manipulation spot.
all their secrets in him, yes?
Our team at Proprietary Insight Acquisition has been salivating over the potential commercial applications of that process. Well, got what we needed. Sometimes a body count can't be helped.
Better in the ground than in our enemy's employ. Nice work, my ameliorator.
Now, I assume you won't mind we have a few questions about the process. Our people will extract details about the pharmacology and methodology. That will all no doubt prove useful, but we're most interested in the technology and its results. Can't say I like the sound of that. Seems like they'd be difficult to market to.
How truly unfortunate. Those without desire or drive make terrible customers. They could barely even be considered consumers at all.
What else can you tell us about the place? Turn up any additional details? Anything especially marketable? Oh, good to know, good to know. But still, they keep on marketing it as virtually foolproof, don't they? So much for their vaunted moral high ground, and so much for us exploiting that piece of technology. Excellent. Well, here's your reward, along with something extra for your effort. Too bad about the lead scientist. Converting him would have earned you an above-average payout. All right. For your next assignment, well, it's something of an organizational priority.
Congratulations! Your storied success has earned you a whole entire minute with our illustrious leader, Auntie Cleo!
So your preliminary chores are complete? Oh, finally a contractor with a little backbone. Normally they flee or expire, leaving the work woefully incomplete. Ah, I remember you from before. Fairfield, yes? Tell me, as an outside agent, do you have any quandaries working with our organization? Ah, I see we have an ideological fellow traveler. Why, this is a nice surprise. Do hope you'll forgive these two. They're competing for a rather significant promotion, you see. It tends to make employees fractious, like young ursopods cooped up in the den. So, you've been advancing a fairly radical idea with a group that, to date, we've considered our rivals. Certain communications have even been exchanged between our ship and the Order's headquarters. You've spoken to the delegates, yes? A cessation of hostilities could present any number of potentially profitable options, assuming we could work out favorable terms. Oh, my security team would never allow it, but a call like this over a secure line should be an acceptable alternative. Of course, Ruth would also need to agree. Perhaps if you were to perform a few useful errands for the Order, you might earn a meeting with her to propose the same. Have Ruth reach out when she's ready to talk, and I'll set up a call on a secure line next door.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell heinous ascetic without Auntie's choice.
Don't let us keep you. Don't let us keep you.
Commander, I'm glad you're just as keen on aligning with Auntie as I am. It's the right choice. What you see is what you get. I suspect the Order would have given you the runaround on a deal. They're nice enough folk, reasonable or liked, but they ain't equipped to rule. You saw how they could barely manage a refugee camp, let alone hold the archive. Sure, the folk here don't seem to trust Auntie's choice, but give it time. They'll see the difference between freedom and complete domination soon enough. Just as Tausetti did. No, but I have to hope. Listen, normally I'd take issue with one person playing Kingmaker. That is to say, you and especially the Earth Directorate. But time's too short and the stakes are too high for tribalism. There'll be enough time for that later. For now, we need to ally with someone who can defeat the Protectorate and close the rifts. So whatever you decide, I'll support you. We should move on, unless you've got something for me. Thought I knew full well the evils of the Protectorate, but seeing the Sovereign in mental refreshment was a new low. He was a desperate, sad man just trying to save his family. And the Consul stabbed him in the back. Law. You know what really gets me? Not one person thought to help their blessed leader. If this is the culture the Protectorate have fostered, then it's only right that we undo it.
Futures filled me with dread for so long, but now, can't believe I'm actually starting to be excited about what might come after all this is done. Oh yeah? What's needling you?
What? Sorry. Caught me lost in my upper story.
Such as?
If x is the square root of -1, and you distribute the two binomials together, then the coefficient is... Oh, sorry. Help you with something? May all our endeavors yield expected results.
The state we found the Sovereign in. I still can't accept it. The Protectorate's honored leader, mentally refreshed, reduced to nothing. I do not believe for a moment that he truly was in need of it. And I fear he shall never be the same. That is a good point. You are a physical example that the inevitable is not always inevitable. The Consul shall be made to pay for his part in this. Then we shall figure out what best to do with the Sovereign. Certainly, I consider myself an open tome.
Initializing socialization. How may this unit assist you, Commander? This unit is available to answer any queries.
shall stand against us!
Disruptive influences.
Lethal measures at the ready, Commander! You
There you go.
Which is most hastening to cover. Edging forward.
Fortifying teammate vitals.
Seeking cover. Replenishing my firearm. You have my thanks and minimizing exposure for our beneficent.
Target.
Standing by with life support.
You have my thanks. Disruptive influences. Dictate. My injuries are not superficial.
I am loath to admit I require medical assistance.
prudence dictates.
It is a privilege to die for the cause.
Man, preserve set progress. Sustain. Giving chase. Requisition commenced. Reaper mates. And a Donnybrook ensues, freaking. Swiftly moving to cover! Our commander hangs from a thread!
No suspects in sight! I despise impossible in my present condition!
Sustain!
Contact lost. You have my thanks and my hammer.
Malefactor ahead.
Deserves a look. Employing a thorough, methodical... Back to it. You there! State your business.
Invasive elements!
Seems the Consul is not devoted to the idea of training future arbiters. I wish I could say I were surprised.
sir. Supplies all we deserve.
Villains abound. Be on guard.
Has found you!
Let the paradigm worry about tomorrow.
Alert.
Trust the
Hawk
plan.
dial.
Subset progress. Sustain the system.
Serve the sovereign.
Society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when...
Trouble about. My hammerhead itches.
Reduce them to a slurry.
Eye your neighbors carefully.
Taking punitive action. You must keep your blood within, Commander.